Welcome back, family, to the Back Issue Book Club, episode number 15. I am Kraven. This is my co-host, Richard. Richard,
I can't have a Russian name. Okay.
Ivan.
Yes, Ivan. Yes. Okay, I can deal with that.
So, I'm just realizing as I look at my face right now, I kind of have the Kraven facial hair going on. I didn't even realize that. But anyway, we read the Kraven's Last Hunt arc, which spans Amazing Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, and Spectacular Spider-Man,
right.
2 books each, in 1987. Right after, actually,
Dead Leads.
Spider-Man vs. Wolverine, I realized. Because they reference the death of Ned Leeds a couple times.
Right, yeah.
So that was a fun little,
Yeah.
All right.
So
this was dark.
Yeah, it really was.
I heard it was dark, but I didn't expect it to be like a mind-probing journey as much as it was. What about you?
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
I read that some people were calling it their Marvel's answer to Return of the Dark Knight, or The Dark Knight. I forget, the one that Frank Miller did that like kind of reinvigorated the grittiness of Batman around the same time.
Take your word for it, and I never read it.
Yeah. It was very rainy the whole time. So it opens up, not even with Spider-Man, directly with Kraven in a mental monologue, where he like punches the head off a Sasquatch or something, and I was like, "What?"
I thought it was a great ape.
Yeah, sure.
But I didn't see any blood, so I kind of assumed it was a statue.
Well, he punched like a panther. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I believe this was like a mental dream, or he was always on hallucinogens and like poisons and flowers and whatever. He had like this whole litany that he would go through a couple times throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
But as I understand it, before this series, Kraven was sort of like in the way that Iron Man was like a C-list guy before the movies came out in like 2008.
B. I wouldn't put either one of them as C, but yeah. I know they weren't
D-
headliners.
D+, no. But apparently Kraven wasn't like super, he was kind of hokey up until this point.
Yeah. But I gave more credence to him than the Vulture. I mean, old man set of wings, really?
Yeah. And like a frail-looking old man at that.
Yeah.
But anyway, supposedly this is what like brought Kraven to the forefront with such a intense pathos of having to best Spider-Man and not kill him, but like have him know that he was bested.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the amount of, I guess, emotional PTSD that he had from the fact that he kept losing battles to Spider-Man, but he considered himself to be this great hunter. So he had to prove that he could beat Spider-Man and not just to himself, but to Spider-Man himself. He wanted to show Spider-Man that I could beat you in every way, shape, or form. So that's why he didn't actually kill him. He drugged him and stuck him in the ground for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I've always seen like the covers that show like Spider-Man getting out of the grave, so I assumed something like that would happen. But I did not assume that he would be asleep or sedated for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't even imagine the amount of a dump that was in the backside of his costume after 2 weeks.
I can.
Yeah. I mean, that's one heck of a big bedpan to fill, you know?
I had a question, though. Like, so they buried him. Kraven buried him in his symbiote suit. But Kraven also donned the symbiote suit as Spider-Man to tarnish his reputation. Did he make a second symbiote suit?
I think at this point it wasn't a symbiote suit. It was just a black fabric suit. But
okay. Did he have another black? I don't know. It bugged me that he was buried in the black suit, and then he put on the black suit.
Well, they showed it actually in Kraven's room before he went out to go get Spider-Man in the first place. He already had it.
Gotcha.
It was draped over his doorway or something like that.
That's right. He was like, and I think at one point he was like clutching it around the coffin or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this Vermin fella.
Yeah.
Creepy as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I really didn't like when he like got the woman and sucked her into pulled her into the manhole, and then a few panels later you see her like rib cage.
Yep, exactly.
I was like, what the fuck? This is dark.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently his story, we find out that he, I guess, used to be a policeman and was
experimented on by Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo.
Which would explain why Captain America was involved in trying to catch him also.
Exactly. Although I was surprised to hear that it took Captain America and Spider-Man to deal with him.
Again, it's like who would win in a fight, Thor and Superman? It all depends on who's writing the story. How interesting they want to make it.
That's true. DeMatteis, by the way, for this section.
Yeah. But, I mean, Spider-Man can go up against A-level threats, Doctor Doom or whomever, and if the writer wants him to, he'll win. And then they go against a guy that has the kind of like a rat man, and he'll get his ass kicked. It all depends on how the writer wants to write the story.
Yeah, and let that be a lesson to you folks at home, okay?
Yeah.
So, overall, my thoughts on this were I was kind of let down.
Okay.
People have touted this as like one of the greatest story arcs in like Marvel Comics, and it was good, but it didn't blow me away like I expected it to.
Okay.
What about you? Pun intended, by the way, Spider-Man.
I flippin' hated it.
You hated it?
Oh, yeah. This is something, I think this is the worst book that we've done on Back Issue Book Club.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'll read Wolverine every day for a year before I read this crap again.
Woo!
You know what it is?
Kraven rifle shots fired.
I am a very simple person when it comes to comic books. And it's like, I don't go to art museums because people, I go walking up and somebody's like, I interpret this as the artist's way of saying, and I look at him like, it's a splotch on a freaking canvas, man. It doesn't even look like anything. What are you talking about?
It's the essence of pain he's trying to convey.
No, seriously, if you don't shut up, I'm going to be conveying my essence of pain.
Convey my.
Okay, that is just somebody took a bucket of paint and threw it at the damn canvas.
That might be the funniest thing I've heard you say on here.
So, I mean, seriously, that is what I see when I go to an art museum. So I don't go to art museums. I have no interpretive thoughts. And this entire book, I keep reading it. But I do got to give it credit in the fact that the text boxes were in order, that I could follow them properly.
Yeah.
But I'm reading and I'm seeing two different thought panels going on for the same person. I'm like, I don't want to read schizophrenia. I just want a nice, simple story. Okay? I have enough voices in my head without reading multiple voices in other people's heads.
I don't think I'm as far as you are down that path, but I'm that direction for sure. Yeah, it was too heady.
Yeah.
It was a very heady book. And I understand, like, it was supposed to be like, that was a choice to be like, it was just got tiring wrestling with every person wrestling with themselves in their mind. Every page, Spider-Man doing it, Vermin doing it,
Yeah.
Mary Jane doing it,
Kraven doing it.
Kraven doing it,
And Kraven talked more. They had more panels talking about Kraven's mother and father. They had 5 times more than that than they had in the Wolverine series talking about his powers.
Yes.
Like, oh
They
my
call
God,
this
I get it.
these animals call this civilization. But parents would be Lenins and Trotskys and yeah.
Yeah, and then and they keep repeating the same phrases over and over and over again for emphasis. I don't need emphasis. Okay,
The spider. The spider. The spider.
And then
The spider.
Spider. The spider. I am dead. I'm like, oh God, shut up.
I did notice randomly it would have spider with a Y, and then sometimes and most of the time with an I.
And every time it did that, though, if I saw it with the Y, I read it like a Megamind. The spider.
Spider. Nice. Yeah.
The Arachnicus Deathicus.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it was art. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. What you said. It was pretty artsy. It was artsy and like heady.
Yeah, and I'm not an artsy kind of person. I'm not. I don't have that much depth. I'm a very logical, mechanical-oriented person. I want things that make sense logically without having to think about it.
Yeah.
And is there any other way of typing out the sound effect for a lightning strike other than krakoom?
Crack-throom.
Because I'm tired of reading that.
There's a lot of lightning.
How about
in
just
these
boom?
books.
I mean, it was almost like watching 60s Batman. Bash, bang, pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really should have had decaf.
I like the artwork. I think Mike Zeck did a good job.
The artwork was great. It really was. I mean, some of those panels that had 10 billion spiders on it, I can just imagine the amount of time that went into that. The depth of detail of cityscapes at night in the rain. It gave it that real depth of feel that looked great. I loved it. It was just the monotony and how much they expect. I want to be able to think and imagine on my own. I get that. I've complained about that in other stories. I don't want to have to think this damn much. Okay, this is his right brain saying this. No, now it's his left brain saying this. So now it's the dichotomy of the same personality.
Yeah.
And then everything's like, okay, so I think I finally figured out. Oh, never mind. He just shot his head off. Never mind. Okay, he's dead.
But I will say there was an interesting moment that I liked a lot was when it was pretty early on when Spider-Man went to the funeral of like one of the thugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was a fun little interesting.
And he pulls out a wad of cash. Isn't Peter Parker always broke?
I have to admit, I wondered if he secretly snagged that from somewhere.
And did he pull it out of his underwear? Because I don't think there's pockets in the spider suit.
It looked like he pulled it out from like under his shirt. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was cool that he was paying respects to a nobody, even though, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then the guy was like, man, my rep would be made if I killed this guy.
And he's like, don't even try.
Yeah.
I like how even the other thug was like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, there's a time and a place.
Yeah, and a funeral is not it.
Right.
Well, actually, if you got to kill somebody, funeral would probably be the most convenient. If you're already gathered, you got the box.
Yeah. Did you like the device of the bottom of the pages showing Peter Parker's grave with one spider and then two spiders eventually and three spiders, showing that he was closer to coming out of the grave?
I saw the one spider climbing up and then climbing down. Then I saw the second spider. I'm like, oh, let me guess. The next time it's going to have 3 spiders. Then there's 3. Then I'm like, oh, so the next one I'll have like 7 or 8. Boom, there's 7 or 8. It was good artwork, but didn't, make me go, ooh. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I think I liked it. It was kind of like as I was reading through all this other stuff, I was kind of like a reminder. Oh yeah, but
It was kind of like an hourglass, and you just see the sand getting lower and lower, and you know that when the last grain goes through, you knew he had to come back at some point. A, everybody knows the iconic him coming out of the grave picture. But B, we know that since 1987, Spider-Man is not dead.
That's the other thing, a little thing.
That he did come back to life somehow.
Mary Jane says, "Get stuffed."
The Latin phrase for it was "get stuffed." Yes.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's cute, I guess. Well, I guess we've kind of let our thoughts be known. I mean, what would you give this bad boy?
$2.5.
Okay. 2.5 out of 10.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. You good?
Look, if it weren't for the books that I didn't like, I really wouldn't appreciate the books that I do.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And for anybody out there who does love this story, I'm sorry. It's just that's not my personality to go into the, as they said in Risky Business, the artsy fartsy stuff.
I'll give it a 6.
Ooh, so it's above the Mendoza line. It is in the I appreciated it level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't always agree. Sometimes we're right there. Sometimes we're not. Today we're both agreeing that it's not a Pulitzer Prize winner in our books, but you actually took some enjoyment out of it, and I'm like, oh my God, there's 6 freaking issues of this crap. So yeah, this is the kind of storyline that would make me like cancel subscriptions.
Guys, you hear that? Oh my God.
Yeah, I was
intense.
Wow.
Well, it's just like our opinions, guys, mans. So it don't mean anything. Tell us what you thought.
Yes, please. I'd like to hear. And obviously, for as many people that like this story, as opposed to me, there's got to be some grand allure to it that I'm missing. And I would love to hear in the comments down below, what is it that you're taking away from this going, Rich, so you didn't get this part, or you didn't understand this part, or you didn't appreciate this part? Put it in the comments. I mean, just give me some kind of definition. Don't just say, you are an uncultured swine, and I never want to see you in our art museum. Because I won't go in there.
I know. I don't want to be there.
Nope, because if I have the price to pay the admission of your art museum, I'm going to spend that on a comic book.
Right.
Yeah, and in the last year, believe it or not, I have been to an art museum, so.
Nice.
Yeah, couldn't wait to get out of there. Anyway.
But yeah, let us know. On that note, that's right, F sharp. We have decided our next book club is going to be reading. We're going to go independent because we've done 3 Marvels in a row.
Yes.
We are going to be doing God Country from Image Comics.
Sounds good. I like it.
That came out in 2017, and it's 6 issues. So.
Mm-hmm. And I'll try to not wait till 6:50 p.m. Sunday to read them. So.
No problem.
Well,
if you guys,
I actually I did get up today saying I have to read those episodes. I'm going to read them around 3:00, and I was watching TV, and I fell asleep on the couch, sitting up.
Oh, nice.
And I woke up, I made dinner, I looked at the clock, I went, oh, crap. So
yes. If you want to suggest something, please, by all means, please leave it in the comments. We need comments. It helps the algorithm, helps us, helps you guys get better content.
Absolutely.
If you want to vote on what comes next, hit us up on our Patreon at patreon.com/GMOhana. For just $3, you get access to the podcast a day early. You get access to all of our watch-alongs. They're exclusively on Patreon. Mm-hmm. You get extra picks on our Remember Me videos that don't ever go public. I'm trying to think what else? You get access to a virtual meetup that we need to finalize and get set up.
And you also make some behind the scenes videos and put them up there too.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put goofs and gaffs that we have. Sometimes I'll just record myself editing, just some extra content. And then we also put up polls about like asking what you guys want to see, what else is fun, what you guys want to see from us. So $3 a month, and you can steer the channel's direction.
Yeah. So let's. I guess that's it for us for tonight. God Country next week, and guys, so some idea in the comments below on where we're going to go after that.
Yes. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Ring that bell. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Yeah. What he's doing?
Tell my friends.
Oh, perfect. Spread the word on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, whatever. We want to have a bigger family with everybody.
Yes.
So, on that note, until we see you guys in the next video.
Yes.
Mahalo.